Hi there, Timmy Joe, I review anything. Today on the program, let's talk quality YouTube equipment, quality YouTube lighting, and what it takes to get a good overall setup. Now, you don't need really expensive cameras like this Canon 70D, $1,000 camera with lens and microphone. I'm filming this on my cell phone right now, but it still looks pretty damn good, and that's because I've got proper lighting. And I thought out my set, and my phone's on a tripod. So let's go ahead and talk YouTube equipment, and we'll get to what I think is the minimum requirements for you to make good YouTube videos. Oh wait, here. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way. I normally use a Canon 70D with a 10 to 18 millimeter lens and a hot shoe microphone. This one happens to be by Optica. It's not the more expensive Rode microphone, but it still does the job. This would be the Casey Neistat setup. Now, I bought this camera before I ever started watching Casey Neistat videos, so it's not like I'm trying to mimic him or whatever. It just happens to be, the go-to camera for a lot of YouTubers, and that's because although it is expensive, it's not that expensive for the results that you get. You still get interchangeable lenses. You can still use this as a really good film camera, so it serves a lot of purposes. It has a really good LCD touchscreen that swivels out so you can watch yourself while you film. All these things are very important to have, but they're not necessities. What makes a good YouTube video is proper lighting and thought as to how you set your camera up, even if it is a cell phone. And I'm going to go over a few tips I have for people using cell phones or point-and-shoot cameras or GoPros. But I'm going to go ahead and hook this thing up so things look a lot better. So here you go. Whoa! There we go. See? Sounds a lot better now. It might look, just a little bit better. My phone does a pretty good job when there's light, good lighting and stuff like that of producing 1080p video. But where this Canon 70D really shines is number one, I can hook up my mic. I probably sound a lot clearer and more direct now. Number two, I have my little swivel screen so I can keep myself in frame. And with my 10 to 18 millimeter lens, I can do this. Whoa! Now I've really got a lot more room to work with, and the lens is actually only like 1.5 feet away from my face. I love the 70D and this whole experience, but if you are just working with a point-and-shoot camera or your cell phone, maybe a GoPro, it's very important to stabilize yourself. This is a $3 selfie stick. If you're going to be walking around with your phone or with a GoPro or a point-and-shoot, pick up one of these $3 selfie sticks and, 1/4 inch in, just like a tripod, and that lets you, stabilize your shots, and you're not getting that camera shake, you're not covering up any of the microphones on the camera or on your cell phone, and this thing is amazingly handy. It came with the $3 selfie stick. It let me put my phone onto my tripod, and if you do the same thing, if you have a tripod, or, if you don't, invest in one. Even at the dollar store, you can pick up one of these, Gorilla Pod type knockoffs. And, if you've got a desk in front of you or something, I'm sure you can be creative, mount it on a chair, do a makeshift a tripod. That's definitely my number one tip, is stabilize your camera equipment while you're doing videos, so, nothing's moving around, you're not, covering any microphones or whatever while you're walking around. Definitely big. Number two, huge, lighting. You can see that I'm really well lit, and it's because I've invested in some really nice light boxes, but you don't have to do that necessarily to get this lovely type of lighting. I just chose to, get these lights because I'm in the basement and there's no natural light or no windows. Now, you could put yourself in front of a nice window and kind of try and rely on it being nice out to get some good light. If it comes down to it and you really need some light in your videos, go get a desk lamp and put a white light bulb in it. preferably a good quality fluorescent white light bulb. And I'll show you the ones that are in my light boxes. They work really well, but they have to be white, like you want them to say like natural sunlight, because that's what picks up on camera. If it's a yellow light or a blue light, it can kind of mess with your white balance and maybe not look as good. So let's say you want to go a little bit expensive. I'll show you my light boxes here. These light boxes I got on Amazon, and for 2 of them with the tripod stands, and they come with these nice covers. Comes with a spot with 5 light bulbs, and it came with all the light bulbs, which is really nice. And they're really bright, like I think they're 55 watts each, which is equivalent to 125 watt like incandescent light. So they provide really nice white light, and I have 2 of them, and they're on tripods that you can move around and move up and down, and they're really nice. But you can't always rely on having these light boxes and plugging them in. That's where I bring these in. This thing was I think I paid $30 on Amazon for this light. It has a 1/4 inch in. You can also put it on the hot shoe of your camera, and I swear that this thing in the dark is just about as bright as one of my light boxes, and it's it's only LED. I've reviewed this one before. This is a little Manfrotto 3 LED light, and I always keep that in my camera bag just in case I need to light something quickly. Works out pretty good. So lighting's super important. Being creative on how much you want to spend. If you want to buy some really expensive light boxes, it's going to be a little bit easier, but if you want to go to Walmart or to Costco and buy some lamps and some light bulbs, as long as you've got a good level of light, you can probably adjust your camera to work with it. If you don't have enough light, that's when you get really grainy images, and that's when your camera or your phone is going to struggle to try and make you look good, and that's never good. So let's move on to my last tip here. Your equipment, your cameras. You can, of course, take good video with your cell phone. You can do it with GoPros too. But it's never a good idea to make a GoPro your main camera, because it does give you that like fisheye look that I'm not really a fan of. But I have 2 action cameras here, and I use them all the time for secondary shots, as well as GoPros are really good for doing time-lapse video. Yeah, I'd say it's not necessarily your equipment, it's how you use it. And if you set yourself up and do some forward thinking and maybe do kind of like a little studio or a repeat setup in your YouTube videos, people are going to get used to the way things look, and as long as you can kind of mimic it every time, I think that really helps out with keeping repeat viewers and making yourself look like you've got high production value when maybe you don't necessarily have high production value. Another thing is always having good quality edits and outputting as good a resolution as you can on your final edit when you upload it to YouTube. So, thanks for watching the video. I'd love to know what you guys use to make YouTube videos. I mean, are you getting crazy subscribers just using your cell phone? Do you have like a $5,000 camera and no one's watching your videos? It's kind of like me. I've got a couple $1,000s worth of equipment here, and it doesn't make me instantly have millions of subscribers or viewers. It's all in making good quality videos. Some of my top videos weren't videos that I thought were necessarily going to get thousands of views, but it's just on how you put them onto YouTube and your search terms and stuff like that. But I'd love to know what you thought of my little video here. Give me a thumbs up, give me a comment below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I make videos a couple times a week. I'm not going to say specific days anymore. I don't know if you noticed that, but yeah, I'll always be on YouTube. I'll always be making videos, and whenever I've got something cool to put up here, I will definitely do so. So thanks very much for watching. Have a good day. This is my review of learning how to skateboard when you're over 30. It sucks. I mean, I am out of shape. I am rickety.